Welcome to Aaron Plays. This will be episode 29 of my battle with Mark on the fields of Austerlitz. We're up to the, we're 3/4, we hope, through the 12 p.m. turn. Most units have been activated at least once. It's over to the French to begin. And the last activation was Bagration, where he did a little bit of a counter-attack in and around the Krug area.
We did. We managed to push back the Grenadiers.
The Grenadiers, yes. So I'm now about to unleash the guard. I hope. So, okay, so I've got to see if I can actually activate them. So they are on a 9 to activate.
Yes, yeah.
Yes, yeah. And they do. Right. So
I'm not looking forward to this, I'll be honest. I've had a sleepless week.
Offensive fire. Okay, well, I think there's only a couple of batteries that can actually fire. So we will start with this one over here. Let's mark him as fired. And they're going to fire on, I'm pressing the wrong button, that unit there. Okay.
Okay, so it's just the one battery.
And a straight shot.
And a straight shot, yeah.
Okay, so that's a 7. That is a normal morale check.
It is. And looking at that unit, we have a very high morale of 7. Nine. Oh, so I failed by 2, but that's not enough to rout. We don't have to withdraw because we're not adjacent to any enemy units.
No. Okay. So, right. There's no fire from here because of the ridge there. Can't see anything.
The slope, yeah.
Slope. So this battery will fire. And they'll fire on this stack here.
You sure? That'll give you extra negative modifier.
It's a +1 for the upslope, isn't it?
Yeah, you're better off firing on the other one, I think.
Yeah, all right, we'll fire on that one then.
So is it just +1 for range?
+1 for range. No effect either way. Okay.
Okay.
I think that might be it from the fire perspective.
So you've got 2 other horse batteries who haven't fired because of well, artillery battery B could have actually fired, couldn't they?
They could have fired, but then the
not, yeah, it would be slowed down.
Slowed down. Right, where's the guard cavalry? There's 4 there. Guard infantry.
Well, you're ruminating.
No, I'm trying to remember what I was planning last week. It's like, what was I doing? Okay, yeah, I want to bring an assault in here. I better just double check their orders. Order menu. Yeah, that's
a good point.
That's fine. Okay. Right. So
how are you going to do this?
1, 2, 3, 4 to there. Okay. Okay. 1, 2. Oh, that's the artillery. The artillery moved. Infantry. 1, 2, 3, 4. Seven, 6, 13. Yeah. Do I want to? Yeah, one more battalion up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
So 3 regiments of the old guard, is that, or is that middle guard and old guard?
Yeah, it's the chasseurs of the guard, the old guard, and some bits of the middle guard and the grenadiers of the old guard going in to take Prats. Okay, so then I'm going to do, what's in that hex there? That's some cavalry.
You have got a handful of cavalry units, haven't you? Not good strength-wise, but quality-wise, they're superb. So
Yes, but
kind of can make up for any odds issues.
It's a nice line. I'm hoping the artillery might have created, you know, at least a fallback or something. But again, it's a strong line of guns, well supported. The guard are quite small, so I'm using them sparingly. I think the rest of the line is actually going to advance.
Yeah.
Right. For example, they're going to move to there.
Mm-hmm. Are you coming up onto the ridge?
Well, so you can blow me away.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping.
So, well, you've only got, you're all committed there. You're all done. I'm trying to work out, is there a good place to actually do a charge? 13. I mean, getting my games confused here. My cavalry can go through infantry.
I'm getting the games confused too. When you moved that first regiment of old guard adjacent to Pratza, I was set to countercharge you using the VLE light cavalry rules.
Yeah, that's right. That's why I was. Okay.
Just so you're aware, you know, when you've just said all your units are committed there.
Yeah, you have got Alexander.
I've got Alexander and I've got Colerath's fourth column.
Colerath,
who've
yeah.
only activated once.
Yes. All right. Okay. I didn't include Colerath in the equation. Okay.
I didn't want you to think I was having you on by agreeing that they're all used, because then the right flank are freely available.
Okay. It's a little bit tricky where I don't really want to go up in that slope. Well, Colerath, yeah, he could activate, and he's got quite a bit of artillery there. I'd rather stay at range against him. So let's move that. What have you got in there? 6. Quality 6. Okay, let's do it. Let's do it. Okay, I'm preparing the Grenadier Cavalry. And there you go. So that's 3, 4, 5, 6.
I've got opportunities. You haven't declared a melee, but then again, you don't have to. Yet.
Yeah.
So that cavalry could, in theory, attack either of those two units. But I'm going to let them come.
Well, what else you do? You can't. You haven't got any opportunity charges there.
No, I mean I could try and form. Oh no, there isn't a farm square. I'm thinking about being Lee.
There is no form square. No, you haven't got defensive orders.
I'll have to stop watching your videos of that Viva Emperor in Hanau because.
See, that's the problem, isn't it? You start playing systems on.
I was getting ready to roll morale checks for forming square there, mate.
Okay. Where's the pieces? I just want to put a marker on that to show that's a prepared. That's a prepared attack. Okay. So I'm going to bring a bit more cavalry into that. So that'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for leaving the gun. 6, 7. He joins them. So that means I've now got a strength of 4, 7 in there. Okay. One, two. One, 2, 3, 4. They'll join them. That's 4, 8, 9, 10, 11 cavalry. Where's the Mamelukes? There they are. That's 12 cavalry in there. Okay. And then
Who's going to do the soak off?
2, 3.
Be the pump.
Grenadiers B of the Guard or a soak off. Yeah, a bit of a.
You can't use Grenadiers of the Imperial Guard as a soak. Napoleon would not be happy watching this.
Do I have no respect? Of course, he would be happy.
I'm amused now that Napoleon would sit and watch a Vassal replay of Austerlitz. He'd probably be really into it, to be fair, reliving his victories.
Yes. 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. One, 2, 3 to there. That'll go there. And
Oh, I've got a question that might put the cat amongst the pigeons.
so
Well, I think you've just charged and moved some units out with your orders. I think your orders for the Imperial Guard are Prats, not Ster Vinradi.
yeah. 1, 2, 3.
So have they all stayed within the? None of them have moved further away. I know some of your cavalry have definitely moved further away from Prats. The ones that joined the original +2 preppers. I'm not sure about the rest.
Right, okay. Yeah, you're right. We'll have to take this all back then. Okay.
Well, just press the back button until you see units that are all right. You can.
Just take everything back. Could have reminded me before I'd done all the planning.
Oh, I hadn't realised either.
Okay, so that one, the infantry moving towards.
I noticed Napoleon kept quiet about it.
Okay. Right. So it's a distance to Pratt's. It's a problem, isn't it? We just have those guys going there. So I was trying to explore, right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm looking at this unit here. If he up there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So he's going to be, so he's going to have to, I wish there was a way you could mark units that you're planning to move by whatever it's called, involuntary movement, or it's not called that, is it? Independent movement.
Yeah.
Right. I want to move that by independent. There's nothing I can use to mark it.
No, there isn't.
So I'm going to put a turn.
There might be another piece that you could use.
I'll put a turn.
You can use. Yeah, okay.
They're going to use independent movement. Right. So the unit I was going to charge with, they can then, if they're going to do independent movement, they can only move 3. So there is no point, because then they'll be going in unprepared. So that will drop their quality from 12 to 10.
Yeah.
Against 6. Or 7. 7, 6 or 7. That's only 3 difference. That's not enough to risk it. Okay, so I'm rethinking the plan now.
That's all right.
It is a little bit restrictive because it's like your guys did a whole move in and around this area because your order distance is so far away, it gives you more leeway.
Yes.
It's one little flaw in the system that I've got, because I'm so close to that hex, it restricts me moving towards that. Whereas you were so far from the Stanton, you could move laterally as far as you wanted to.
That's because I'm a strategic genius and you're an amateur. I'm just providing some comic relief.
Oh dear. Okay, so is there a way to get at those? I'm thinking of now changing the charge to that unit. Okay, so let's try it now. 3 to prepare, 4, 5, 6.
Now.
I'm working this out because my head's a little bit right. Okay,
Right,
so
I'm going to reread the counter charge rules, so I'm not mixing my systems up.
that means you can, as you say, counter charge there.
So what have I got? I've got 12 steps of cavalry directly south of them. And I've got 10 steps of cavalry with a quality 9 unit leading. So 10 steps would give me 2 to 1. You've got a 3 quality advantage here. I'd be countercharging you at -1, I think. +1, I mean. But let me see. 1 second. I'm just gonna. Can you pause this video a second, just so the viewers aren't?
Okay, we just discussed the ramifications of moving one unit there, that the potential is that this stack and this stack can counterattack at the same time, which is completely pointless for me to actually do so. I don't mind being countertargeted by one of the stacks, but both of them, and they both might not, because this one's got a lead strength of 9, and that's got a lead strength of 7. So I think I might do operational creep here. Rather, I've got one attack going in with the guard. That's good enough at present. So they move forward. They're going to move to there. That battery moves on there. Where's my cavalry? I'm going to group all my cavalry now together. Do we send Bezzeri in? Yeah, why not? An extra point is always useful, if necessary. Right. There.
That was an interesting analysis. I enjoy doing those analysis as much as anything else, to be fair. Looking at how the rock, paper, scissors works.
Yes. It's 9. I just want to thought, am I overstacked here? I've got 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 points of artillery.
That's 26, isn't it?
Yes. And then
7. Yeah, you are. Yeah, you are.
Right, let's move that back to there. So that is now 4, 8, 19. Yeah, let's put that boy on top.
So the cavalry are nicely prepared to come in one stack.
Probably next turn, yeah. Okay, I think that's it. So I've just got one attack then. Melee shot with them. Defensive fire.
It's right. It's a bit more dramatic than I've just got one melee. It's the Imperial Guard. 3 regiments of the best Imperial Guard committed against the prime objective.
Yeah.
I've got a full strength battery who unfortunately cannot fire at full strength because they're in a built up urban area. So they'll fire at +1 against the guard, but at -1 because you're adjacent. So it'll be a straight roll for defensive fire. This entire attack really is based on this roll, isn't it? Ready?
Yeah.
Very average.
Morale check.
A QFT, which is fucking pointless, pardon my French.
A 12 is still a fail.
Yeah.
I thought I might have talked that in at that point.
I know, yeah, I was thinking you're going to roll a 12 now.
I'll roll a 12 now for the Imperial Guard. Okay. All right, so the attack coming in then, I've got 20 strength points, which is the maximum I can attack with into a village. And you've got 20 strength points maximum, which you can do. No, you've got 17 that you defend.
I've got 17, so it's 1-to-1, but it will magically be -5 in any second.
12 to 7 morale difference
is -5. And then you're leading against the terrain advantage that I have. So it's still -5.
-5. Here goes. 3.
Oh, that's going to hurt.
Ooh. Well, that's into negative numbers, isn't it? But
Yeah,
it's
just a
negative
bit.
numbers only apply if it's an open
Yeah,
ground.
it's only if you're in the open, I believe. It still hurt. So my first job is to roll a QFT at +2, sadly. My quality is 7, even though the core commander's there, he has no beneficial effect. So I need a 5 or less here. And I do it. I get a 4. So morale hasn't wavered, but losses are pretty horrific. So I shall reduce each of these. And yeah, that's
so I'll go roll for the random event. No effect. So you stood.
We stood against the guard.
Okay. Yeah, that's pretty much it then, isn't it? So let's clear that up. That and that, and activate Vazeri. Activated twice, and end of turn roll.
Yep.
Okay.
Long turn. Okay, I've got nothing in the center I can activate. Bagration. Bagration was my last one. So I've got my guard on the right, or I've got Alexander in the center. Or I've got, what's his name? Doktorov on the left. No, it's not Doktorov, it's Beschauden.
I'm just going to zoom out a little bit here. So
yeah, I'm just weighing up who's the best here. You're all used up on the far left. That's something.
I've still, to be fair, I've still got Napoleon. Because he's activated once and he changed orders. So he still can activate 3 units.
Right. That's fair.
Not saying that might be the next thing I do, but
looking at just check my guards orders. It's on Blaskowitz. No, you know what? I'm going to try and activate my far left flank.
the far left. Okay. Doktorov.
Beschauden. Is he the army commander? It's Doktorov, isn't it? Yeah. Beschauden's the army.
Wing commander.
Yeah, wing commander, yeah.
He's about as much use as a chocolate fire guard.
He's got a twirly moustache. A 5. They're up.
Right, I'll just zoom in on that area of the map.
So check his orders. He is one column. So his orders are on Austerlitz. So he's got his Jaegers in the castle, securing a victory area. You've got a lot of weak units in Austerlitz. Still in numbers, but A lot of them are halves. I could take advantage of trying to get some VPs from that. What's the best way for me to do it? That's what I've got to ask myself.
Though they are on the verge of being surrounded, cut off, and destroyed.
They are, yes. Yeah, it's all looking a bit grim. There's not a lot of infantry left, sadly.
A lot of guns.
A lot of guns. Mm. I think we're going to have to open up with the guns to see what opportunities that presents.
Okay.
So what's the best way to do that? We've got 2 batteries in there and a battery in there. So first job will be activating 2 stacks that I've just highlighted.
Yep.
Now, one is if that one firing from covered terrain fires in, he's still got 3 points, hasn't he?
He has.
So with the other 8, that would still give him the -1, yeah? Because there's 8 in the other hex that's in clear terrain.
Okay.
So that'd give them 11 strength rather than 12. And they're going to fire on your dragoons. The 15th, 27th. That's the fellas.
Okay.
So this would be at -1.
Okay.
No, a 9. Nil point.
I think that's because half of them are thinking, shouldn't we be actually putting our guns on the wagons, sir? Sir? Where's the...
Right. The other 2 combined batteries will take them up to -2, firing against the elite 15th Legier in the village. So they're at -2 for having this huge grand battery, but you're at +1 because you're in a village. So that gives me a net -1. I get a 6, which becomes a 5. So they've done something.
So it's a step loss, I think. QFT.
Plus and it's QFT.
Right, so the QFT is 9. So they just pass. And they take a step loss. I think that might be them eliminated, but let's just reduce. No, they've got no reduced side. So they are eliminated, that top unit. They take the morale and then die in place.
Yeah. That is offensive fire completed. Now, what have you got left into Austerlitz? You've got 10. But if I move any infantry off these guns, it's going to expose the guns to all sorts of horrible things.
Savage retribution.
So it's one way of putting it. I could bring in the Jaegers from the Schloss, from the castle. So let's see, if I did that, that would add 5. I could get up to maybe even odds against your garrison, but not much better. I don't think any assault is going to prove to be massively successful there. Let's look at the terrain. They're all sat on clear terrain, which I've done for a reason. Is there any way to protect these guns better than they're currently protected? Let's have a look. I can't overstack. He's got two batteries there. He's got the one in there. I can't move them into your zones of control. If I move Bacauden's units away to the east one hex, it would be a legitimate move, but it will not be helpful in terms of protection. The closer they stay to each other, the better it is, I think, under the circumstances. My leader's not worth moving because he doesn't protect anybody. He's got no leadership bonuses. I don't think I can really melee with any confidence whatsoever. It's all just look at the dice, 1-to-1 or even worse odds. So we'll have to stay where we are. So at least we eliminated a couple of companies of French light infantry. It's about the best they can hope for. So I'll now do his activation. He's been activated twice. And end of turn roll. 6. Back to the French, sir.
The Emperor. Yes, I was just about to activate the Emperor again to activate 3 stacks. I say just about, in actual fact, I did. I didn't attack, caused a rout, took the village, did quite a few other things. Then Bagration activated, then Duroc activated, so other things happened, but I shouldn't have activated the Emperor. It was, Mark did point out, are you sure that you can activate the 3 units? I thought, well, I haven't done it so far. I had. So I'm having to backtrack the game, which I've done, to the point where it is the French to activate. I was, as I say, going to activate Napoleon to activate 3 units. Well, I'm going to have to change that now. So that part of the video is, unfortunately, I'm going to have to scrap, and we have to move on from that position there. So that's why it's a sudden abrupt end to this episode. So I'll say goodbye from Mark and from me, and apologize for a curtailed session. It did go on for about an extra 15-20 minutes, which was all bogus because I attacked with 3 stacks, which I shouldn't have done. So that's my bad. Hit the like, hit the subscribe. Any comments, much appreciated. Until next time.